Good afternoon guys, welcome back to Ophelia's allotment. We're at the plot today and we are starting our no-dig experiment. To be planting onions and garlic and hopefully some broad beans too. I think it's going to be a bit more of a task than we anticipated. So we're going to get the cardboard laid down now and then we're going to start putting down some of the soil, and hopefully by the end of today we can get some onions, garlic, shallots and broad beans planted. Right, so 125 litres of compost doesn't go very far. That's what I've concluded. So we need to plant our onions and garlic in here now, and our broad beans, but if they didn't need to go in straight away we would have put manure down underneath the cardboard, but because they need to go in now and we don't have enough rotted manure, we don't want to burn the plants. Look at the wasps dancing, can you see them? So we're having to use compost over the top of this thin cardboard. It's not really thick cardboard. When my uncle gets these big sheets from work, they wrap the pallets. So we're putting this compost on, and the 2 bags is going to do 1 bed, which is 11 foot by 3 foot. So that's 250 litres of compost, and that will create a depth of probably about 6 inches. No, 4 inches, something like that. But it's definitely not going to be what we wanted. But we did say that this is one big experiment, didn't we? So let's get this down and raked out, and we'll see how thick it is at the end. You okay, girls? We brought our own weed control. You having a good time? We brought them up in a cat box and thought they can dig up some weeds for us. Get a bit of an outing, aren't you? You lucky chickens. The sun is going to start setting soon, as you can probably see behind me, but we've had quite a busy day up here at the allotment. Haven't been able to film much because we've had a lot of people coming in and out and stopping for chats and swapping veg and things like that. It's really nice. That's why I love this site. It's a great little community, and it's quite private. It's gated and there's only a few plots, so you make good friends with the people that are here and the kids have fun together. It's great fun. So Alan is just starting to clear out the strawberry bed, which is covered in leaves. He's trying to reveal the strawberries underneath. I want to pot on some of these runners, or at least pin them into the ground so that we can get some more plants for next year. So I'm not sure how old these strawberries are. They've taken some of them out from down that end, so they must have been good strawberries if they've taken them with them. I'm going to start raking up all of these leaves for the leaf mould. And I have been busy starting to get the no-dig beds ready. What we wanted to do was to put well-rotted horse manure either under or on top of those and plant into it, but we haven't got any well-rotted horse manure at the moment. We do have some in the bays down the bottom, but the problem is we've got a wasp nest in there, and I'm not disturbing that. So what we've had to do is buy some compost, and we have laid cardboard down and then put some compost over the top. So I'm going to turn you around now and I'll show you what we've been doing. Right, as you can see here, we've laid down big sheets of compost and we started to wet it down, but then I realised I hadn't raked this bit completely flat, so I'm going to have to lift that back up and do that bit again. But this bed is this path here we're going to keep, and that will be where our bean arches go. And then when this is here, we'll have a path which is this piece of cardboard that will run down to there, and then it will continue on the other side. So we'll end up with 4 beds. In this bed, like each side will have 3 beds. What you doing? Fair enough. That are the same width for this cardboard, which is 3 foot wide, I believe. So here, as you can see, we have got 2 large bags of compost placed on top of cardboard. Each bag of this compost, peat-free, is 125 litres. In my mind, I thought we'd have 1 bag on this side and then 1 bag on the other side of the bed, and we'll be able to plant all of our onions and our garlic and broad beans. But 125 litres doesn't go very far. Now this is 250 litres, and that's what? That's only a couple of inches deep still, but it's better than nothing for now. I have marked out 3 rows here, and this is going to be our onion bed. I'm actually going to try and do it in straight rows for once, because I am terrible at straight lines, as I'm sure you've seen in the past. So I'm going to get my dibber now, and I'm going to start planting these onions and show you what I do. See you in a minute. Right, so here I've got my bowl of onions. So these are onion sets that I've brought, and what you're looking for when you're planting them is you want a good firm bulb, and they don't want to be squishy, they don't want any wrinkling on the skin, they want to be nice and firm. The bottom is kind of flat with little hairs on, and the top is pointy with a little sprout on. So I'm going to start planting and you will see what I'm doing. So I'm starting with my dibber, and the cardboard underneath here has been wet down, so I can literally push through it. And I'm just going to place the onion literally just below the surface. I'm doing them about 6 inches apart. And then literally just firming the soil back in around them. So there we go. That's 2 rows. I'm going to get on and do the 3rd now. And they've been spaced about 6 inches apart, which is the width of my hand roughly. Any that have started to go wrinkly and shoot, I've chucked out, so they can go. I've put the rows a little bit wider apart than I did last year, so I think they're probably about 8 inches apart. The reason I've done the rows so far apart is last year I put them too close together, and weeding was a real problem. I would run the hoe down and I would catch my onions, and I don't want to be doing that. So I've put them a bit further apart this year, and hopefully that'll make weeding a bit easier, because I don't mind weeding, but I really don't like weeding between onions. So hopefully with this I'll have enough space to get the little hoe in between them and down the middle of the rows. What's all the noise about? Huh? What's all the noise? Right, I'm going to get on and finish those onions now. I was hoping that we would have enough space to do the broad beans and garlic. Not space, sorry. Enough compost to do the broad beans and garlic, but we're going to have to buy some more. And then we need to start transplanting a bit more of this. We're going to move over these beans, which are Canadian Wonder. So because somebody kept picking these beans, the actual bean pods themselves, they don't have beans inside yet. They're still very young and tender. So I'm going to transplant them and hope for the best and hope that they start to form beans. These ones down here, which weren't picked, you can see the difference. They're a light yellow colour. And they've got a defined bean shape forming inside them. So I'm a bit cross that the FIFA's sacrificed that harvest, but there's nothing we can do, and we're moving anyway, so where did this come from? I think that belongs over here for the neighbour's plot, so I'll just put it there. These beans will all come out, and I'll take up the rest of the parsley, and we've got some white icicle radish still forming, little ones, so we'll have a few of those out. The cannellini beans, some of them are starting to form beans, but again, because they were picked, we have a handful of beans. Well, that one plant's got 2 beans on it. It's not quite the harvest I was looking for, but what can we do now? I think we have got a few more rotten core though. Let's have a look. Well, no, not really. 3 on that one. Half what that one's got black fly, that's probably why that one hasn't produced anymore. And a couple on there, and I don't know. My heritage beans for saving haven't done very well, have they? Never mind. Anyway, I think everyone else is ready to go. So I'm going to finish this row of beans. Sorry, dude. Not beans. I'm going to finish this last row of onions, and can we put some bricks or can we put this cardboard somewhere so it doesn't blow away? And then I'll give this a wet down, and that'll be it for the day. I suppose we better take the noisy chickens home with us too. One of you made a really good suggestion on our last video. These beds here that are really shallow and are really desperately in need of filling up with soil. You suggested that we use those as temporary compost bays and we dump everything in them. And then come next spring we can move them and leave some stuff in there and plant them. So, what we're going to do, we thought that was a brilliant idea. Hey Missy. So we're going to start using these. This one has just got some annual weeds in, so we're just going to dump the first lot of leaves on top of that. And what we'll do is we'll scrape that out or add to it tomorrow, and then I am going to come up tomorrow afternoon and I'm going to weed this bed, but this has some more perennial weeds in. So I'm going to get those out, and then we're going to collect loads more leaves and bits and bobs, and we're going to start layering this up. And then come the spring, we'll move it into the more permanent beds, or not necessarily spring, but once the wasps have vacated that bed, the manure bays, we can start layering it up in there, but I'm not going to disturb them before that. Yes?
Can we have the camera?
You want the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Thanks for that suggestion. It's a really good idea, and we're going to implement it, and it means that we're making great use of the space that we've got. We're adding to this soil, and we've got a storage space for than leaf mould and any other composting materials that we want to use over winter whilst we sort out the rest of the plot. So thank you very much.
So, Daddy's just taken out the weeds when I was just relaxing.
Hello.
And basically, yeah. We have been doing some stuff, basically. I don't know about that, but we've been swiping out. I'm sorry if the camera's low, probably I'm not very good at holding cameras. Okay, so my dad cleaned up this bed and he got mostly all the leaves off. Look, by the way, the sky is beautiful today, and it's a little bit cold today. Just perfect day for gardening on the plot. It's really cool. I had a friend over here, over at that plot over there with the swinging on, and I played with her with the ball and played tag and played lots. And yeah, I love it. Yes, Muggy Boosters. Let's go to Muggy Boosters and Gypsy Joe. I call them Muggy Boosters and Gypsy Joe because they rhyme, you guys. Do it. Okay, hello. Say hi to the camera. Do you not like saying hi to the camera? Say hi to the camera.
Thanks for watching. So speak to you soon. Please do subscribe, and we've just hit over 800 subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm really, really happy, and thank you all for watching our videos and subscribing to our channel. It means a lot. It really, really does. So we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.